What you talking about, Willis?
This is obviously a statement by a fanboy that got hurt by one of my titles. He couldn't possibly listen to the video. I'm not on Devin Haney's jock like that, bro. I don't fanboy for any fighters. I'm a fanboy of boxing. And I said I'm gonna give Ryan the benefit of the doubt till the B sample comes back. All I pointed out was the things that was reported. And I always said we gotta wait for the B sample to come back before we say anything about Ryan testing positive. These fanboys are so sensitive. You can't say one thing about that fighter and they start whining. His fanboys really think that I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown because Ryan Garcia becomes innocent? Not at all. Actually, I'd be happy when the stuff is over with. I'm tired of hearing about it. I want to get back to the sport of boxing. I'm already moving on to Ryan Garcia versus Teofimo or Errol Spence. Now, Victor Conte says basically that Ryan Garcia was 60 times over the limit. And he said there's a 99% chance that the B sample will be the same way. Now, let me clarify for the fanboys, the Ryan Garcia fanboys. This is Victor Conte saying this, not me. If Ryan Garcia is guilty, he should be suspended, no doubt. But if he's found innocent, cool. Let's get back to boxing. One thing I gotta thank the guy for. At least he's tuning in to some of my videos, and I appreciate that. Thank you. But he didn't mention when I said Devin Haney is gonna have problems because he's struggling to make 140. He cannot punch, and he cannot take a punch. But I'm supposed to have a nervous breakdown and be upset and be all emotional because Devin Haney lost. I'm not a fan of no boxer. I keep my emotions out of it. I just report what's being said. If that hurts your feelings, that's on you. Do some push-ups. But nobody is going to be upset and emotional about Ryan Garcia being innocent on a PED test. A test he should be passing anyway. We shouldn't even have this discussion. And for your sake, I hope Ryan Garcia passes the test. Because obviously, you're emotionally invested in Ryan Garcia, and I'm not. Or Devin Haney. So for your sake, I hope he passes the test because on your side, I do not want a nervous breakdown. Or maybe I upset him when I said Ryan Garcia sounds guilty when he says if they mess with the A sample, what makes me think they're not gonna mess with the B sample? But we will see what happens May 22nd when they test the B sample. Like I said before, I don't have a side. I don't really care. I'm ready to move on to have an Errol Spence, Ryan Garcia fight or a Teofimo, Ryan Garcia fight. Let's run it.
Coming in, guns blazing. You know, Bud ain't no, he gotta get credit. If you beat Bud Crawford, you should get credit. If you beat Bud Crawford, you should get credit. Go in there and jump on Crawford and, you know, look spectacular, he deserves it. You know, however he do it, he deserves it.
Now, Canelo has reiterated that the only way he's gonna fight David Benavidez, in Crawford's words, put the money up. And the money is $200 million. He's sticking by that. He says the only thing David Benavidez offers him is not 25 pounds anymore. Now it's 30 pounds on fight night. And I always thought $200 million is a negotiation point for Canelo Alvarez. I think you might be able to get away with giving him $100 million to fight David Benavidez. We shall see. But I do agree with Bernie the Boxer when he says that Canelo deserves full credit if he's beaten a generational, all-time great talent in Terence Crawford. It's Crawford asking for the fight, not Canelo. And also, it'll be 2 weight classes instead of 3. Now, Crawford has to get past Majumov, and people think Majumov's a cherry pick. They got another thing coming. Majumov is a live dog in this fight. Of course, I'm picking Terence Crawford to win by stoppage, but Majumov is really skilled, and he's a dog. Whether he has 10 or 11 fights and you don't know who he is, that says more about you than Majumov. People try to compare Terence Crawford to Amir Khan. 2 different animals. One's an all-time great and generational talent. and one guy's a good fighter that's very, very chinny. And you know, this is not my favorite fight. I'd rather see Crawford dominate 154, become a 3-time undisputed champion. And they say Crawford has nothing to lose fighting Canelo at 168. Yes, he does. He can lose invincibility. He also could lose his undefeated record in devastating fashion. Another thing Bernie the Boxer brought up, he made a valid point. What does Canelo really have to lose? He's already lost twice. And Crawford hasn't tasted defeat. And of course, I'm picking Canelo to win this fight because power and size. But if Canelo does lose, if they ever fight, he'll lose to another great fighter like Mayweather. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Let's keep it boxing. Jay Beezy, I'm gone.